My sister said that I looked like a 50-year-old woman because I'd lost so much weight.
When you come out, you'll be back on it, and that really hurt.
Nothing but a fucking embarrassment. Look at the state of you.
Since we're friends, this is my so-called family.
My daughter was saying that I was horrible, a horrible mum. Yeah, that hurt, but she was right at that time.
That's the time, just discouraged.
You don't care about other people, you're selfish.
Used to drink to block out loneliness, being a single parent. Caitlin was there throughout, you know, all her life with me being a drinker. You know, she went to school knowing full well her mum was at home drinking, knowing full well I was picking her up from school drunk. I remember her saying that, you know, it's gonna kill you, Mum, it'll kill you. And I still couldn't stop. Yeah.
I worked in the funeral business. I've been in it for over 25 years, and it was a way of coping, really. You'd have a couple of pints after work to wind down for some of the sights you'd seen, etc. I'd heard about cocaine and things, and I'd heard people talk about it, but I had to find out myself. And basically, it just escalated out of control.
I was drinking heavily. I was drinking heavily at work. I was drinking heavily when I had my grandchildren. I was drink driving. Every possibility I could to have a drink, I would have a drink. And that's what my life revolved around. I closed all the door on all my family and friends, sat in my room on my own with my vodka, having the best time ever, but I wasn't.
Heroin, crack and methadone addiction, but benzos, everything you could take. So it just ripped everything away from me, from day one. Ended up isolating in my flat, 20 years, just going out to score, and just walked over everyone in my life to get the drugs.
Completely tread over my daughter emotionally. My family, lost my family, where my mum didn't even want to know me anymore, and lost myself completely. Yeah, like 6-9 litres a day of cider. Then it went to heroin. I started heroin when my daughter was like 2 years old. Then crack, then amphetamine.
My family was very dysfunctional. Mum a user, my dad always in and out of prison, and you know, I started drugs after kids' homes when I started at 9, and then I started offending pretty much after, which resulted in me keep going to prison. You know, I've done quite a lot of sentences in prison. You know, I just didn't see a way out, you know.
Me, life was just a total mess. It was a disaster. All I did was constantly think about where I was getting my next drink from the moment I woke up, and first thing that came into my head to the last thing when I went to bed. Like I was just existing, really. I wasn't living at all. Affected all my family, my son, everybody, you know. My world was just a total mess.
The whole experience was tough, intense, touching on topics that I knew I had to touch on. You know, the death of my mum, my dad and my mum being divorced when I was only 6, and, you know, my daughter and issues like that. So yeah, I had to work through that.
Didn't really get to me until about 6 weeks, and then I suddenly realised I'm in rehab. I'm actually in, because it was all, you're still a bit in denial. there's still something inside you saying, even though what's happened, I can handle this, I haven't got a problem. And then, but this being in deep really brought home to me the problems I've really had.
Deep, I think, is quite self-explanatory for me. It's getting deep into your soul, trying to find something inside me that needs to come out and has not been able to come out. It's very passionate. Some of the things that I've had to deal with, and to get that passion out, you need to get to the core of the problem to start with. I'm not very good at verbalising, but I do believe in the power of the pen. So if I can put all my shit down on paper and then read it out, or if they ask me to verbalise, I'd lie. I wouldn't tell them that, you know, I'd miss a bit out. Where I can always write things down and then say it. So it were good for me, the steps.
How can I describe deep? How can I possibly describe deep? My head's gone blank now because I'm going nervous. It's what it says, you know, deep, you go deep within yourself, find out who you are, why you are like that. I found out my behaviours, why, you know, why I act the way I do, but I also found out that, you know, that I have got potential. That it gives you. I was broke when I went in there, it builds you back up.
It was intense. It was hard. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done. But it was also the best thing I've ever done. You know what I mean? It's changed my life.
For me, it was like looking at all my past and you know, like stuff that I believed about myself, and it was like looking at the past and why I used, you know, what I was using, and it wasn't what I was using and wasn't true. It's like that nobody loved me, nobody cared. You know, I thought I was happy what I was doing, and I wasn't.
The grief letters, people mention the life story, but I'd say the grief letters are the worst. Well, I'd say worse, but they really hit home, hit a nerve. Especially the one to my sister, because when I think back, she helped me a lot to try and get off it. She did more than she, as a sister, would ever do. But I still took her for granted, as you do. Your families, you take them for granted. Yeah, there's that saying, you only miss them when they're gone. It's true, you know. And now I've lost her. And me niece, her daughter, she's 25 now. I've missed the last 9 years of her growing up.
The grief letters, yeah. For me, obviously the one to my daughter, you know, and the one to my mum, yeah. You know, my mum knew I liked to have a drink, but that was, you know, kind of socially. So for me, the letter was really about accepting, you know, it was more of a goodbye letter.
The most significant one, I think, was the one I wrote to my son. It was saying, sorry, you know, I'm going to try my best to change, so I can have a new life and you can have a new life as well. That was the best one. I can say was the most significant, that meant the most to me.
The life story, definitely. I just remember because I was always really anxious reading anything out, and the counsellor used to say that I'd be pushing my seat back to the door when I was speaking, and a couple of days after I did my life story, I was a totally different person, totally, you know. Still got anxious, but I weren't flitching about, I weren't pushing my chair away. Just give me freedom from all that shit, all that crap in my life. Just felt like there was a weight off my shoulders.
I was definitely doing my life story, and then, you know, which led on to my grief letters, and, you know, I didn't really think, like, you know, stuff with my family and that bothered me, and it did through my life story. It brought a lot with stuff up like around my mum and my dad, and especially like when I started looking at my sister who passed away through addiction and who was pregnant. It was just, it was definitely like a changing point looking at that sort of stuff.
The most important piece for me, which I thought was hilarious, is what Trish, our counsellor, says as the alien. And basically what we've got to do is we do a piece of work, the good points and the bad points, and what we have to do is persuade this alien that's come down from outer space that this alcohol is really, really good. So because we're trying to convince this alien that this drink is a really good thing to try, or drugs, when we flip it over, you're giving the same answers on both sides. So basically, it was just ridiculous. It made us feel really, really good, but then it gave us lack of confidence. So that was a really, really good piece of work, because it becomes the understanding that how mental this whole process of addiction is.
When I got letters from home and I had to read them out, I didn't realise how much things I'd done when I was in the madness, and to read it out from my sister Adele and from my mum, it broke me. And, you know, to share it with other people, and it was hard to hear. I had to hear it, but it was hard. My mum was just saying how where it all started, how she's, you know, what started on from going downhill, and how she's seen her daughter just deteriorate. Admitting that, you know, I'd go to extremes where if she wouldn't give it me, I'd said I'd just rob her anyway. She's a 78-year-old, and I said that. My sister Adele, one bit that stood out, how she said how affected her home life, how she has to lie to my nieces and nephews about me. Why is her mum sat there crying, and she's arguing with her husband John and worrying about me, and she said it was better that at one point in her life where I worked around, because if I worked around, even though she didn't worry, she weren't taking all my stuff on. Worrying about if I got Christmas presents, has my daughter got food. Just how much I'd let her down through lying to her.
It's paramount to be honest, absolutely paramount to be honest. Honest, open-minded and willingness, embrace everything that I've learned, use the tools that I've learned. If I'm being honest to my children, they can begin to trust me again, and with that trust gets my family back. I'm grateful to be able to be honest, because the trouble is, when you're not being honest, I can't remember half the time of what I've said.
The positive is I've got empathy for people now. I show much more love. Put others before myself. And by doing that, I have helped other people, I've helped my family.
You know, I would always say, tomorrow, you know, tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. The lies that you say and the manipulation that I wasn't even aware that I was actually doing until I went into treatment. Whereas now, you know, I'm honest, you know. I don't take things too personally like I used to.
Just to get connected again, just basic things like your sleep patterns, eating well. Things just happen quite normally. Keeping clean, because there was periods I'd go weeks without a bath or anything. Just I had a beard down here and stuff. You know, you just let yourself go. Just to be grateful that I wake up in the morning to know that I didn't use the day before.
Stopped isolating. That's what I used to do a lot of, isolate. Started going out more, connecting with people, going to meetings, doing things that I just used to hibernate, you know, do nothing. Keep my curtains closed and not go anywhere, not even dress. you know, bath, anything. It was horrible. I've changed all that. I have a routine now. I get up and do, you know what I'm doing, I plan the day.
Used to be quite violent, you know. Do anything to get what I wanted, and even if it took, you know, violence to do it, I'd do it. Stopped isolating. Stopped getting arrested. So that means no jail. I'm actually liking myself. Never, I can't remember when I've ever liked myself. Friends, got friends. I didn't have friends before. They were just acquaintances.
You know, a big one for me was definitely like masking and saying I'm all right when I'm not, and that's definitely benefited me now, you know, telling people exactly what's going on. And definitely the committing crime, and you know that I was kind of like stuck in that for a long time, and I always thought it was something I wasn't, and you know, it's just doing the right thing, being honest. You know, not expecting a living off everybody, and so I'm making my own way.
That, you know, I am worth it, and yeah, life's tough, but I don't have to be reliant on alcohol to, you know, cope with that. I've got more coping strategies now.
It's definitely not you know, thinking that drugs are the solution. You know, when I started, it didn't start out the way I thought, you know, it just got worse and worse and worse till I was frightened of coming out of prison. When I was out of prison, I was sleeping on the streets, begging for spare change. You know, it doesn't matter how hard things get now, I know, and drugs just adds to it, makes it worse.
I could never go back to being a normal drinker. It's not going to happen. Just to realise the important things in life. Hopefully your family and stuff, but and being connected with people.
That I can have a life, and I deserve a life, and I'm going to have a life, you know. Do new things, try new things, experiences, and yeah, enjoy myself.
Well, it's okay to be honest and get vulnerable and be humble, and that you can tell people that you love them, and it's not going to hurt you, and they're not going to hurt you.
That I can do this, to have faith in myself, that there's a better life out there. I don't, you know, everything that's been through at me while I've been in here, that I can get through it without using drugs. And I will. It shows that I'm proud of myself today.
Important to me now is I've got my family back. The most important thing is just I wasn't listening to people, I wasn't taking people's advice. You've got to do things slowly, I've got to do things slowly, and I've got to listen to people. If they think there's a bit of a weakness in me, they will be aware of that now, and I'll be able to take that on board and just do things one day at a time.
I just won't forget the help that I've had. People that they know what they're doing. You know, that it takes me a while to get to know someone anyway. So to be, as I said, to be given the opportunity, you know, because what was it, 40, 50 years ago, there weren't places like this. I don't know how people got off drinking drugs, whatever. So I'm just grateful again for, you know, for places like this.
But I'm grateful for Trish, my counsellor, because she could see something in me that I didn't even know. And she knew when I wasn't telling the truth. And she knew how important family was to me. And she knew how lucky I was to still have the family in my life. And she used to say to me, I feel like I'm really giving you a hard time, but I needed that.
I just want to say I'm so grateful for this programme, that without it, I don't think I'd be sat here today.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't
First and foremost, my drug worker, Becky Kelly, for getting me in here.
Most of all, I'd like to thank Acorn, Emma and Ray.
I'd like to thank all the people involved in Acorn, Trish, my counsellor, Tam.
Everybody at Acorn that have had faith in me and helped me through this journey. I'm just so grateful for anybody that's been part of this journey.
Tam, Steve, Sue, all the Acorn staff.
To Ray, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've broke me, but built me back up, made me who I am today. And Emma.
Definitely Ray, the counsellor, and Emma, who've always stuck by me and supported me.
My peers, there's no way I would have done this without you.
Also Darryl. Darryl helped me, made Rosemary my home.
Everyone at Acorn, all the counsellors, especially Sue, who got me real and said it as it was.
Trish and Sue at Acorn and all the other staff at Acorn.
Kerry, from the day I walked in here when I was absolutely off my head and thought I couldn't do it, you had faith in me and got me through it. And Mel.
All my peers. God, there's loads of people. I could go on all day. I'd just like to thank everybody for everything they've done. Thank you.
I'd like to really thank the main people, which is Sharon, Steve, Colin, who have been supporting me since I've left and whilst I was here.
I'd like to thank Caitlin, my beautiful daughter. I'd like to thank my dad, my sister Shelley, sister Lisa.
I'd like to say, even though my dad's not here, I'd like to say, you know, I know he's looking over me. Get me through this.
I'd like to thank my mum for being there.
Nicola, Lisa and Charles for just being here for me, for sorting all my flat out for me. It was priceless to walk in and see it all done, ready for me.
My sister Adele, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry for everything I put you through. The same to Judah.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Chelsea, you know, for always being there and supporting me, no matter what I've done.
Oh, sorry, one more for Sheila, my drugs worker.
Most of all my children, Nicholas, Stacey, Lisa and Cher, I just love you. And just thank you for keeping me in your life. I love you all, thank you.
I'd just like to say a big thanks to my son for all his support as I've been on this journey, and my friend and Jeff, who's been a massive support to me. Honestly, I couldn't have done it without them. They've been brilliant and I love them so much.
Right, I'd like to thank my beautiful daughter, Leah. Thank you for never giving up on me. And my grandson, I'd like to thank my mum. The same thing. I was blessed that you said you're proud of me. I've waited so long for that. I'm proud to have a mum like you.
I'm just very grateful to be given the opportunity.
You better stop. Hey, what's that sound?